on the internet and YouTube, and welcome to Stardew Valley, here with me, Addict. I'm very excited to be here with you guys today in this lovely game, which has just received a major 1.5 update from the developer concerned, Ape. This guy is amazing. I mean, he has released just this incredible game. He's continuing to work on it, continuing to improve it, continuing to make it better, and I love that. And I've seen in the last couple of weeks a lot of people, wanting to try out the game, a lot of new players who are, getting the game. It's on sale at the moment on Steam for like $10 here in Australia, so that is insane. I'm sure it's really cheap everywhere else, but I thought it might be useful to come in and do a little bit of a beginner's tutorial to playing Stardew Valley. So we're going to jump in, we're going to start a new farm, and I'm going to show you guys a couple of really basic tips for getting started in the game. So when you come into Stardew Valley, you can go ahead and load up a new save file. There are a lot of options that greet you immediately straight off the bat. Right now, we can give ourselves a name, we can name our farm, and we can say our favorite thing. You can be a boy or a girl. There are lots and lots of options for customization of your character in here. For speed's sake, I'm just going to call myself my name, which is Bethy. I am a girl. I have blonde hair, so right here we're going to change my hair color to this kind of blondie color. Ooh, there's never a good blonde in video games, I swear. It's like The Sims 4 all over again. You know, that's pretty close. I mean, like, my hair's like a dark blonde. Okay, right. My farm name is gonna be called, let's see, Hill End. And then my favorite thing I'm gonna say is hot chocolate. Yes, beautiful. I am, of course, a dog person. You guys who have been watching my channel for a while will know that I'm a dog person, so I'm going to make myself prefer an animal. You can see here there are lots and lots of different types. So there's 3 different types of cats and 3 different types of dogs that you can choose from in the game. I'm going to go ahead and choose this little smooch here because he looks really cute. I've got blue eyes, so I can set that. We've got all sorts of customization here for skin tones. Of course, you can go as natural or as unnatural as you want. You can make yourself a little green alien or a little blue smurf if you want to, just for a bit of fun. I'm just going to go ahead and use skin 1. I wish I was that tan, but I'm not. There's all sorts of customization here for your hairstyle as well. And if you want to, you can also rotate your character to have a look at what your hair actually looks like. I might go for this lovely long luscious hair. Then we can also change our shirt. Now, don't worry guys, because you are not locked to your choices here by any means. There is a lot of, opportunity in the game to actually change your clothes up. And yeah, customize what you're wearing, and eventually you can have like a whole wardrobe of clothes that you can choose from within the game, which is really fun. Of course, you can also change the color of your pants and everything. I'm just going to go ahead and accept this. This will do for now. I'm going to go ahead and select this skip intro option just because I've seen it way too many times and it takes a little while to get through. But if you are playing the game for the first time, I definitely recommend you watch the intro because it is really cute and gives you a good idea as to what's happening in the game. Now, over here you can see there are a lot of different types of farms that you can have. We have the standard farm, which is a simple plot of land with a large amount of open space to design your farm. This one's my favorite one. I mean, it's the one I've done a few times. It gives you the most space for growing crops, so I do tend to like that one. This one is the Riverland farm. Your farm is spread across several islands and scenic riverbanks. Fish are more common here than usual, so if you want to go ahead and have a lot of opportunity for fishing, you can go ahead and use the Riverland farm. Forest farm is probably my second favorite. So the woods limit your farming space, however the bounty of the forest is nearby at your doorstep, so that's really handy. We've also got hilltop farm. Rocky terrain with a winding river make it difficult to design your farm, however a mineral deposit provides mining opportunities, so that's kind of fun. Got wilderness farm, plenty of good land here, but monsters come out at night, so if you want to get a lot of monster loot, you can choose that one. Four Corners Farm, which is what you want to pick if you want to play with a group. And then this one is brand new in the 1.5 update, which is the Beach Farm. So it has good foraging and fishing, tons of open space. Sometimes supply crates wash up on the shore, however sprinklers don't work in the sandy soil. So sprinklers are a really helpful object you can craft in this game, and Yeah, they make farming a lot easier. So I would only recommend going for the beach farm probably maybe on your like second or third playthrough after you've got the basics of how farming works. For this tutorial, I'm going to go ahead. I'm actually going to select the forest farm just for something different. And now with all of that selected, I can go ahead and press OK, and we will load up into the game. All right, lovely. So right away, we wake up and I'm going to show you guys the basics of what we can see here. We have got a little box over here that shows our controls, our basic controls. We've got moving, run, I think that's new, and we've got look, which is to right click. Up here we have our basic sort of day and time setup. We've also got our money, our cash funds here. Right now you can see we have 500 gold, and right here this is our journal, but we'll get to that in just a second. To open this menu, this is really important, I press the E button, okay? E to open inventory. It's really helpful. This is going to be your most basic button that you use constantly to get into your inventory. Okay, the inventory screen, you've got 3 rows here that you can see. Now at the moment, because this is a brand new save, you can see that we only have access to this top row and the other 2 are grayed out. So that means that our inventory space right now is severely limited. You can see we've only got these sort of, 12 slots? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, yeah. That you can access by pressing the numbered buttons on your keyboard. You can see here as I press them, things are lighting up as we go. So if you are in the middle of something, you need to quickly shift tools, you can use the keyboard buttons there to switch through your tools. We have an axe, which is used to chop wood. We have a hoe, which is used to dig and till soil. We have a watering can that is used to water crops. It can be refilled at any water source. We have a pickaxe, which is used to break stone, and we have a scythe that is used to cut grass into hay. Now, me personally, I'm really weird. I always rearrange my tools just because of my many years playing Minecraft. I always have my pickaxe in the number 1 slot, so I do that, but by default, it's gonna look more like that. So, yep, that's just a fun little fact. Oh, wait, like that. Yep. Okay, now, so that is our inventory screen. Down here, there's a little bit more. You can see our little character here, named Bethy. She is a level 0 newcomer. You can see here we have 2 slots for rings. These are an object that you will get later in the game, so don't worry about that right away. There's also a slot for boots. There's a slot for hats, and you can see here we have our slot for shirt and pants, which we can actually take off and run around in our underwear if we so choose to, but we're going to leave that on for now. The next tab over here is our skills tab. This shows us our skill proficiency. So there are the 5 skills: farming, mining, foraging, fishing, and combat. Don't worry too much about progressing in your skills. You will just naturally do this as you play the game. It is not, in my experience, difficult to level up to level 10. What you do want to pay attention to is these larger blocks here. When you get to level 5 and level 10, you can choose different special skills that will just depend on how you like to play the game. We also have a wallet here, and this is where we will be collecting special items as we play through the game. There's a lot of different slots here, and there's a lot, as I said, there's a lot to this game, and eventually your wallet, I believe, will fill up. In my most extensive playthrough of Stardew Valley, I haven't even filled this thing up yet. So yeah, that takes a while. This next tab here is really important, okay? This is your social tab. So this shows you all of the people in the town. Now, Stardew Valley is a game about community. It is a game about relationships and, a whole town interacting with one another. Okay, so socializing with the townspeople is a very important part of the game. However, a lot of new players, when they first start Stardew Valley, they're like, oh my gosh, I've got to go and meet everyone right away, particularly because there's actually a quest to go and introduce yourself to everybody in the town. Now, while that's a lot of fun, it is not necessary to stress yourself out trying to find everybody within the first few days of being on your farm. You will naturally run into these people throughout the town as you play through the game, okay? But just to give you a bit of an idea of how this tab in particular works, we've got our characters listed down the side. You can see here we know Robin and Lewis. Usually you meet them in the introduction clip that I skipped. Robin is the town carpenter and Lewis is the town mayor. Along here you can see all these little heart slots. This represents our relationship with the town people. So as we get to know them better, our heart bar will fill up. You can see here we don't know the names of these people yet because we haven't met them, but you can see there's a difference between some of the characters which don't have this word single here. So anyone who is single in the game, you can marry and have them move into your farm. You can marry a boy or a girl, it doesn't really matter. It's all open. But you can see here your last 2 hearts in the relationship panel with people who are single are grayed out. And that is because when you get to 8 hearts with these characters, you need to then propose to them or just leave it at 8 hearts to unlock the final 2 spaces. Once you've done that, you can then get it to 10 hearts to get married, and then after you're married, I think actually more hearts can appear as well. Okay, so yeah, everyone who is a bachelor or bachelorette, you can only get to 8 hearts maximum unless you propose marriage to them. Now you can date and propose to multiple people in the town, but it's it's not recommended. Okay, so yeah, these are all the people in the town at the moment who we can meet, and we'll go ahead and do that as we play. This tab here shows a little present because a big part of getting to know people and making friends in Stardew Valley is bribing them with presents, because who doesn't love presents? So you can give each character 2 gifts per week. Okay, so these are your gift slots per week. Okay, Stardew Valley is organized by a calendar. Each season is a month, and each month is 4 weeks long. So we have the opportunity to give our characters gifts twice a week, and you'll see here once we give them a gift there'll be a little checkbox in here. This one here is new again in the 1.5 update. This one just represents if we have spoken to the characters in the active day. You get a little bit of a relationship bonus by just speaking to the characters every day, and so you can see here now quite easily who you have spoken to and who you have not, which is really helpful. Oh, hey guys, it's Editing Beth jumping in here because I completely missed a really important feature of the social tab. Ignore everything you see right now, but when you click directly on the character, you get a little breakdown of the character. This, I believe, is a new thing that they just added in 1.5. So Granny Evelyn, who I meet in later in the episode, we can see our relationship with her. We can see when her birthday is. We can see gifts that we've given her and how they have fared, and what she has liked and not liked. That's a lot of extra gameplay kind of stuff just bundled up right in there into this little extra screen, but it's really, really helpful. So you can do this for any of the characters. You can click on them and get a breakdown and see what they like and don't like. Handy dandy. Right, moving along to the next tab. This is the map tab. This one's really, really, really helpful for people who are new to the game because it is a little confusing to find your way around at first, no doubt about it. So your farm is going to look a little bit different depending on the type of farm that you selected. Basically, your farm is over here on the left-hand side of your screen. Over here you can see there is a little bus, and this shows you where the bus stop is. So this is the route kind of out of Stardew Valley, and we can see here there's a mystery area up here which you do unlock later on in gameplay. Then over here we have the town itself. So we've got Town Square, we've got Pierre's General Store, we've got home of One River Road, home of George, Evelyn and Alex. We've got the trailer, we've got the saloon, it shows you when it's open, which is really handy. We've got the Mayor's Manor, the graveyard, the sewer, 2 Willow Lane, home of Emily and Haley, 1 Willow Lane, home of Joni, Kent and Sam. We've got Marnie's Ranch over here, we've got Leah's Cottage, we've got a little pond here, we've got a wizard's tower, we've got a beach down here, we've got Jojamart, we've got the museum and library, the blacksmith. It's all here on your map. If you don't know what something is, don't worry, you will discover it through gameplay. But this is a really, really helpful way of getting your head around Pelican Town, which is the name of this town here in Stardew Valley. 3 really important things to note here. We've got 3 exits from our farm. We've got one to the north, one to the right, what way is that? East, and one to the south, north, south, east, west. Yes, okay. Oh my God, wow, that was embarrassing. But yeah, so we can go north, east, or south to exit our farm. We cannot actually go west to exit our farm, so that's important to note as well. Okay, whoops, we exited out of that. That's fine. Just press E again to reopen the inventory. Another thing you can also do is press the M button to bring up the map directly, which is a really helpful tip. All right, the next tab over here is your crafting tab. So similar to Minecraft, but not really, you can craft items in the game. Right now we have very limited crafting recipes because we're a complete newbie, but we can see we can create a wood fence, a gate, we can create a chest, really, really, really handy. Torches, signs, we've got some different paths we can make, and we can also make a campfire. The first thing that you're going to want to use this tab for, in my experience, is to create a chest. As I said, we've got very limited inventory space right now, so a chest is going to be extremely helpful in sorting out how we kind of hold stuff. The next tab here is the collections tab. Now this one at first is going to seem completely overwhelming to a new player in the game, but this shows you all of the different things that you can farm, collect, forage, etc. In the game. So this one here, item shipped, farm and forage. So this is like growables essentially. The next one is all the different types of fish in the game. This one is all the artifacts in the game, which you use in conjunction with the museum. Minerals, again, you use in conjunction with the museum. Cooking, these are all of the recipes in the game. So many achievements for you, and I believe more do unlock as you play. And then letters get delivered every now and then to you in your mailbox, which I'll show you in a minute, and you can see, you can go back and read any of your letters in the collections tab at any time if you forget what was in the mail, which is really handy. This next tab here is your options tab. Now, I highly recommend having auto run enabled so that you don't have to press, what was it, shift, I think, to run. I highly recommend having show portraits, and this one here is a really helpful one as well. Always show tool hit location, and then hide tool hit location when moving. Really handy. So I'll demonstrate this for you now. Okay, if I go outside and I want to clear up this rock, I'm going to use my pickaxe. Now I'm using my mouse to aim for the rock. Okay, so I kind of got lucky and I could, easily line up that rock and make sure I was hitting in the right direction. However, when you're trying to do a lot of things really quickly in Stardew Valley, it's really helpful to have this one here checked in your options. And now you can see I've got a little red box which shows me where I'm looking on the screen. And that one is a really helpful thing to have when you're hoeing the ground, planting crops, doing all sorts of crazy things. Okay, but we're not ready to be outside yet, so we're going to go back inside. All right, now this is my little forest house. Your house might look a little bit different depending on which farm you select. You can right click the fireplace to turn it off and on, which is nice. It gives off a bit of light. The TV is extremely important in Stardew Valley. We get a weather channel, a fortune teller. We've got this channel called Living Off the Land, which only plays, I think, twice a week. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that. But yeah, not every day, basically. And then another one that runs not every day is a cooking channel, which will teach you recipes, which you saw there's a lot of recipes in the game, so really helpful. So the weather report will give you the weather forecast for the next day, and it's going to be a beautiful sunny day tomorrow. Now this is helpful sort of as you get a bit further along in your gameplay. You can sort of decide what you're going to do each day as it comes. If it's a rainy day forecast tomorrow, that's really important because rain means you don't have to water your crops, rain means you can catch different types of fish, and rain means it might be a good day to go mining or foraging or do something that doesn't involve spending a lot of time farming. Okay, but it's going to be a beautiful and a sunny day tomorrow, so that doesn't really apply. Going to right click the TV again to reopen it. Sorry, I should have mentioned that. It is right click to watch the TV. Right clicking is very important in Stardew Valley. Now, the fortune teller refers to, there is a stat in the game called luck. So you always have a luck stat. It's kind of a hidden stat in the game. Okay, so we've got the fortune teller being like, oh, there's a new young lady watching from Stardew Valley. Welcome. Thank you so much, dearest. And the luck stat for today is the spirits are very displeased. They will do their best to make your life difficult. Okay, so that's not great. You want to watch your luck stat for things like going mining. I think going fishing and foraging as well. But again, I'm not entirely sure about that. The main one you want to watch the luck stat for is mining, because having a low luck stat in the mines is really, really unfortunate. There are other ways to alter your luck stat, mostly through special foods for special recipes that you get later in the game, but this is your basic stat for today. So very displeased is not good. There's very displeased, there's displeased, there's neutral, there's a little bit happy, and there's very happy. So 5 different sort of tiers that your luck can be in a day. And then the final one here, we've got living off the land. So living off the land has a lot of really helpful tips, tricks, and hints for Stardew Valley gameplay. So this one is going to be about chopping wood. So chop wood and search for wild forage to earn some cash while waiting for your first harvest. So this is a really, really good early game tip. You can go foraging essentially to find things that you can then sell to make money while you wait for your first harvest. So that's really good. This gift here is something that you only have on day 1 in your farm. It's a gift from Mayor Lewis. So we received 15 parsnip seeds. So this is going to give us our first crop for Stardew Valley. Now, everything in your house you can actually move. You can sort of just pick things up and pop them down wherever you want. You can actually now move the bed as well, which is new. And I believe you can usually rotate with right click. Am I wrong about that? Yes, no, you can rotate with right click, but it doesn't look like you can actually rotate the bed, so that's fine. Okay, so we're outside. This is our mailbox. So this is where we will get any letters delivered to the house. This is our selling bin. So if we want to sell things, like say we wanted to just sell this one piece of stone, we can chuck it in there and sell it. I don't actually want to do that because stone is handy. All right, now your farm is, again, going to look a little bit different depending on the type of farm you selected. But basically the first thing you want to do in Stardew Valley is just come out and clear out a little bit of space in front of your little cabin so that you can go ahead and start planting some crops. So our different tools are going to be useful for different things. Our pickaxe obviously is best for clearing the rocks. Our scythe is the best for clearing out grass and these little fibrous plants that you have growing everywhere. The other good thing about breaking up those fibrous plants is that you can get mixed seeds sometimes. And then you want to use your axe to chop and clear around any wood stumps. These little trees here, these are little saplings. You can also chop these down. They just take a couple extra hits. Then we're going to just clear this, and we're going to clear that, and we're going to clear this. I'm just going to go ahead and clear out most of the space that's immediately useful for me right now. Okay, beautiful. Then what we want to go do is go ahead and plant our 15 parsnip seeds. So you can plant these seeds in any sort of layout or whatever that you want. I'm probably just going to do 3 rows of 5, I think. Yeah, should be fine. So I'm using the hoe and I am left clicking the ground to hoe the ground. If you accidentally hoe somewhere that you don't want to hoe, just go ahead and select your pickaxe and hit that piece of ground again. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and right click with my parsnips selected to plant them, and then you also need to water them. So watering as your farm gets bigger can take a very long time, which is why, as I mentioned, sprinklers are very handy, and also a rainy day is very, very handy. So there we go. I've got my little patch of parsnips planted, and you want to do that pretty much right away upon loading the game, just to start them growing. Each different crop in Stardew Valley has a different grow time. So I think parsnips is like 5 days or something like that. And yeah, different crops have different times, and you can actually view that by looking at the seeds, which I'll show you when we go to the general store in a minute. This little exclamation mark is our journal, which I mentioned. There is also a hotkey for the journal, which is the F key. So we've got here 2 tasks getting started. If you want to become a farmer, you have to start with the basics. Use your hoe to till the soil, use a seed packet on the tilled soil to sow a crop, water every day until the crop is ready for harvest. And our task is to cultivate and harvest a parsnip. So we're on our way to doing that. This one here, introductions, is, yeah, the one I mentioned that trips people up thinking, oh my God, I've got to meet 28 people. How am I ever going to do that? How have I got enough time? Don't worry, you'll get there. It'll be fine. What you want to focus on for the first couple of days in Stardew is planting as many crops as you can. There are 3 fantastic ways, oops, I just hoed somewhere I didn't mean to make money in this game. Well, actually 4. Farming, is probably the number one good way to make money, especially in the early game. Foraging in the early game is also extremely handy, and fishing is really, really good as well. We don't actually have access to fishing yet, but don't worry, that will come up very shortly. I think day 2, in fact, we get access to fishing. And then mining is another one, but we can't mine yet. Now, you want to keep an eye out for little plants like this one here. Sorry, I know I keep pausing. It's because time is precious in Stardew Valley. You don't want to have time just ticking away willy-nilly as you just sort of run around and do random things. So this here is a dandelion. This is a forageable. So each different season in Stardew Valley has different wild plants that will grow, and this one here is a dandelion. You can sort of tell it apart from other decorative flowers in the valley by how it kind of sits on the ground, and the other dead giveaway is you get this big green plus sign as you highlight it. I am going to go ahead and run up to my bin, and I'm going to click to throw that in there. I'm also probably going to sell this clay because I don't really need it right now. In early game Stardew Valley, you want as much inventory space as possible. Okay, so this sign here says bus stop that way, Pelican Town that way. So that kind of gives you a bit of an idea. Here is another forageable. You can see here, this one is a daffodil. Very, very pretty. Daffodils are useful for selling and also giving as a gift. Pretty much all of the girls, I think, in Pelican Town will appreciate getting a daffodil as a gift. Oh, another important thing I forgot to point out down here, we have an energy meter, and you can see here my energy is already quite low. I'm 94 out of 270, and that is because of all of my hoeing and clearing and working around on the farm. As you play through the game, your energy stat will increase through various means, but yeah, you want to keep an eye on this. If your energy stat gets too low, you will pass out and you will lose money and be robbed. So you don't want to do that. Okay, so we're coming over into Pelican Town here right now. We've got a doctor's surgery here. We'll go in to say hi. This is Harvey. He's the doctor. Hello, sir. And we can buy energy tonic and muscle remedy. We don't have the gold for that right now, but that's fine. I believe you can go back here. Yes, you can. Hello. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Harvey, the local doctor. I perform regular checkups and medical procedures for all the residents of Pelican Town. Woohoo! Thanks, Harvey. Oh, wait, one more thing to say. I hope you'll find your work equally rewarding in time. So you can tell if someone's got something to say because there'll be a little speech bubble on them. Otherwise it's, yeah. Oop, here's another resident. So this is Marnie. Hi, Mayor Lewis. You told me you arrived. I'm Marnie. I sell livestock and animal care products at my ranch. Yay! So like I said, you will just run into the townsfolk as you just go about your day. You know, I'm trying to get to the general store right now and I've already met 3 people. So this is Leah. Hello, it's lovely to meet you. Now, up here we have 2 very important things. We have a calendar. As I said, Stardew Valley is organized with a calendar. So you've got, each season is 4 weeks, and marked on the calendar are people's birthdays. As I mentioned, gift giving is a very important Stardew Valley tradition for making friends and influencing people. And if you give someone a gift on their birthday that they like, you will get mega heart points. So that is a really easy way of making friends. So you want to try to keep an eye on the calendar to see who's having a birthday when. Each season will also have a couple of special events. So we've got an egg festival coming up on the Saturday the 13th, and right at the end of spring year 1 we've got a flower dance on the 24th. And sorry, something else I just missed here, just under where my hand icon is, there's also a town notice board, and on the notice board you will get quests and people wanting deliveries of special things, so it's worth every time you run past just to check the quest board, and you can make friends with people by fulfilling their quest desires. So that's another handy little tip. This is Pierre's general store. It is here that you can buy a lot of very useful seeds and things for your farm. Right now, the first thing we're going to do is just run around and introduce myself to the people who are in here. As I mentioned, it's just, you know, really quick. Just say hello, how you doing? So we've got Abigail, we've got Caroline. Caroline and Pierre are married, and Abigail is their daughter. Yep, thank you. I did meet her, already said hi to her. And then we've got Pierre behind the counter here. I'm going to come behind the counter to actually speak to him. If you Yay! If you just speak to him over the counter, it doesn't count as meeting him because we've just opened up the menu for buying things. So we have 500 gold right now, and I am actually going to spend pretty much all of that on seeds. This is a really, really important tip, and this is something that I totally missed the first time I played Stardew Valley. I was like, oh my gosh, I've only got 500 gold. I need to save it all. Nah, just spend it all on seeds. Okay, so you can see here we've got parsnips. So 4 days to mature, 20 gold. They're really cheap, really easy to grow, really good seed. We've already got 15 parsnips growing, so I'm just going to leave that as is for now. We've got beans. Plant these in the spring, takes 10 days to mature, but keeps producing after that. Grows on a trellis. So there's a few really important things here to point out. Number one, 10 days to mature. That is a long grow time, but keeps producing after that means you don't have to, after you harvest it, you don't have to replant it. It will keep producing beans for you for the other 20 odd days in spring. It also says it grows on a trellis, which means it's going to be a little more difficult to access the plant. You don't want to, anything that grows on a trellis, you don't want to grow in a big sort of block. You want to only grow it in a line so that you have access to it on all sides. I'm going to grab maybe 3 of those just as a start. Cauliflower, so these ones take 12 days and produce a large cauliflower. Ooh, those are pretty expensive. We might should we wait? Potatoes are really good because these take 6 days to mature and has a chance of yielding multiple potatoes at harvest. So that's a really good one. We might grab 3 of those. Then we've also got tulips, kale, and jazz. So tulips and jazz are obviously flowers. Kale is technically another plant. So maybe we'll just grab 3 of those. Oh, couldn't afford 3. What if we sell our daffodil? That's worth 30 gold. Oh, we won't be able to get 3. Oh no, that's so upsetting. So you can sell things directly here to Pierre, or you can sell them in your selling box on your farm. Oh, what am I going to do? I'll sell it. And I'll just plant 2 kale, I guess. Oh, that's so annoying. Dang it. Okay, no worries. That's fine. Oh, the other thing I could do, maybe I could just go out into the town and find another forageable that I could then sell, and then I'll be able to just buy 1 more little seed. Yes, beautiful. There's a daffodil here. Stunning. Okay, so I'm gonna run back down to Pierre's. I'm gonna sell the daffodil. I'm gonna buy 1 more thing. That's Abby just walking past. We already said hi to her. 1 more kale seed. Nice. So we're just gonna plant a bunch of different things and see what's the most profitable at the end of the day. Now, with the town, this here is the Star Drop Saloon. This is a really, really, really helpful place to go, particularly on a Friday night where most of Stardew Valley will turn up to have a drink. I'm just saying hi to Granny Evelyn over here. Now, another thing you can do in Stardew Valley, which can be quite helpful, is you can rummage through trash cans. With the chance of finding something useful from doing so. You do just want to be careful, however, that nobody is around when you rummage through their trash, because people tend to get upset about that. Ooh, another daffodil. Fantastic. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate for you guys how to give a gift. It's really simple. You hold up whatever you want to give to someone, you walk up to them, a little present icon appears, and you say, "Here you go." And then Evelyn says, "Oh my, it looks wonderful. That's very kind of you." So that's a positive response, which means she likes a daffodil. It might not be one of her favorite things, but she does like it, which is good. Okay, we've got someone else here to meet, so we're just saying hi, and I'm just starting to make my way back towards our farm right now to go ahead and plant the seeds that we just bought. Harvey, sorry, the doctor is just standing out here just doing whatever. That's fine. There we go, we're back. Okay, so my beans, I might go ahead and go, how am I going to do this? I might go 1, 2, and 3, and then I'm going to water, water, and water. My potatoes, I'm going to go 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to water, water, water. And then my kale, I'm going to put down here. And I'm going to water, water, water. So I actually like hoed way more soil than I needed to, but that's fine. Now, down here, you can see a little sort of hidden thing in Stardew Valley. There's some little wiggly woggly wormies pointing out of the ground here. So whenever you see this, if you get your hoe and hoe the ground, it'll give you a resource of some kind. Now, on a bad luck day, that's probably going to be pretty average resource wise, but on a good luck day, you could find like a rare item, a relic, something like that. Okay, now the last thing I'm going to do today as day one is see how much wood I can collect without passing out. So I'm going to run around, I'm going to maybe try to chop down this tree right here. Now a tree takes a lot of hit points, so every hit I do, you can see, it takes up a little bit of energy. So I am starting to run really low on energy. The way to replenish your energy is to eat food. Okay, we've got 33 wood. That's not quite enough to make a, a chest. So we need more, but I don't have the energy to do so. Okay, no worries. So now that we've done that, it's 5:10 p.m. What we might do just to finish off this day is head over to the saloon to see who's there. Running, by the way, doesn't actually take up much energy at all. Your energy bar will not go down just from you sort of moving around. So that's a good tip. If you're really low in energy, you can still go around and be productive just by going and talking to people. Now you do move faster in general than everyone else because you run and they walk. This is Sam. How you doing? Nice to meet you, buddy. Got some more new people to meet over here. Hello. We're saying hi to Maru. I'm just skipping through all of the things that they say because you guys can explore that in your own gameplay. And you can see here we've got people heading into the shed. Oh, here's someone we haven't met. Hello. Thank you. And so if we go in here, you can see there's a few people here in the Star Drop Saloon. Now, we have Pam over here, who is a really just funny character who really just likes to drink. We've got Gus, who is the owner and proprietor of Stardrop Saloon. We've got Emily, who works here in the Stardrop Saloon and is very, very friendly and just an absolute delightful character. Over here we have Shane, who is a total grump and likes to drink a lot, but is actually a total sweetheart once you get to know him. Over here there's a game area. Some nights this will be populated by a couple of the younger people in town. And then, yeah, the other thing you can, of course, do here at the saloon is actually order yourself food and beverages. You can buy recipes so you can learn how to cook things, and we can buy things for ourselves or for other people. So once you're a bit richer, you can come in here on a Friday night, buy like 10 beers, hand them out to all the townsfolk, and they'll all love you. And that's just a really easy way of making friends with people, which is kind of fun. Okay, I'm just going to run over this way just to show you guys what's over here. So this here is the mayor's house. You can see it's very fancy. Oh, we've got some more little wormies. This is going to use up a bit more of our precious energy. Oh, but worth it. We've got a lost book. The library's collection has been expanded. So I didn't really go into this, but over here, hello, here's someone else for us to say hi to. This is Clint the blacksmith. There you go. He lives up here in the blacksmith's house. This here is the library and museum. Right now it's shut, so we can't go inside, but collecting books and artifacts helps with that little venue there. All right, so it is getting kind of late. It's 7:30 p.m. We are really low in energy, but I'm going to go down here so you guys can see this is the beach area down here. And the good thing about the beach is that there are very often a couple of forageables. Now, we've got a broken bridge here, which we can inspect, and with 300 pieces of wood, that could be fixed. Now, at first, you might be like, oh my gosh, 300 pieces of wood, that's so many. I've like used up my whole energy bar to get 33. Don't worry, you will slowly but surely accumulate more. There is also a big wharf area down here. We're going to go and check that out tomorrow, though, because we're going to get a quest to go and meet a fisherman named Willie, who's going to give us a fishing rod. Now, to get home, we can go up north, back sort of past the bus stop. You can also go across this way to the west and enter your farm from the south. I don't recommend that until you've actually cleared out more of your farm, because it's going to be like blocked by plants and wood and rocks, and we don't have the energy to clear that out, so we're not going to do that today. Now, these forageables in Stardew Valley, everything is worth keeping for something. Everything is useful for something. However, early days, you're best off just selling whatever you can find. I'm not sure that these actually get us any money. Let's actually find out as we close the day. The sap, the wood, the fiber, and the stone, I'm actually going to hold on to all of that. So I'm just going to sort of plop that all there. And the first thing you'd want to do on the next day is get the rest of your wood to make yourself a chest. So to save the game and to finish the day, all you've got to do is run over here into your bed, go to sleep for the night, hit yes. This is going to automatically save your game, and FYI, important point, this is the only way to save your game and safely exit from Stardew Valley. So we can see here we've got 40 gold for our dandelion and we got 50 gold for our clam. Nice. We got 30 gold for our mussel that we found on the beach, and we did actually get a little bit of gold for our clay. Cool. Okay, so in total we got 160 gold from today in Stardew Valley. So everything that you sell, you can look at a breakdown here to see what is sort of worth what, to have an idea of what crops are most valuable and all that kind of thing. The other way, of course, that you can find out what crops are valuable and a lot of other information about Stardew Valley is by using the Stardew Valley Wiki, which is an amazing wealth of information that tells you everything you can possibly need to know about this game. But some people really like kind of using a wiki to play a game. Other people prefer to explore for themselves. You know, everyone plays differently, so that's all good. And then when you hit OK, it'll change over to the next day. Your progress has been saved. Wonderful. And it is now day 2 of spring year 2. So we are actually going to wrap it up here for this video, guys, because I've been talking for like 40 minutes. But the first thing you'd want to do, obviously, is check your TV and then come outside and get on with the rest of the gameplay. Oh, actually, what I might do first before I wrap up is I'll come outside. You can see here we've got some mail. So I'm going to right-click the mailbox. So hello there, just got back from a fishing trip. You should come down to the beach sometime. I've got something for you. So this is how we get our fishing rod. Okay, so then the first thing you want to do every single morning is water your crop. Refill my watering can at the little pond here just by clicking on the water. You can refill at any water source just by clicking on the water. And I'm just going to run over here. I just want to chop down another tree so that I can show you guys how to craft a chest and how to use the chests, because the chests are awesome. Okay, so we've got exactly 50 wood. Nailed it. Okay, so we're going to go into our crafting tab, and you can see here now we can craft any and all of these things. I just want a chest. So I'm going to click on the chest and it appears here. I'm going to pop it in my inventory. The chest you can put down pretty much anywhere. I'm just going to put it right outside. I'm going to right click on the chest to open it. Okay, so you can color the chest any of these colors, which is kind of fun. I'm just going to leave it as default. To put something in the chest, you just click it. If you want to put only one of the things in the chest, you right click it. And if you want to, I think, take only one out, you just right click it from here as well. I'll just show you as well that this button here is a really, really helpful Stardew Valley thing that I didn't even know existed. Once this chest is like full of stuff and you're just trying to put stuff in there quickly, you've got this button here which will add to existing stacks. So say I've got all this in my inventory and I just press this button. Boom, there you go, all my stacks have been topped up. Really, really, really helpful tip. Okay, no, seriously though, I'm out of time. So if you guys have enjoyed this video and you want to see more, Stardew Valley tips, more gameplay, please let me know. If you want to check out on my channel, I've actually got a walkthrough of a farm that I played quite extensively, so you can have a look at sort of later game Stardew Valley. I'll link that video in the description below. But yeah, leave me any comments with your thoughts on the game. If you are trying it out for the first time, let me know. And yeah, I hope that you have found this helpful and will really, really enjoy playing through Stardew Valley, because it is a fantastic game and I recommend everybody plays it. Okay guys, thank you for watching, take care, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.